All right, let's dive in. Today, we're basically cracking the code on a superpower every single student needs: deep, unbreakable focus. We're going to break down the science of concentration and hand you a practical toolkit to actually train your brain. So let's get to it. You know the feeling, right? You sit down, you open your textbook, and suddenly your brain's thinking about what's for dinner, that text you forgot to send, and that one funny video you wanted to watch. If that sounds familiar, trust me, you are not alone. That mental clutter is exactly what we're here to tackle. So what do we even mean by lack of concentration? Well, think of it like this. You're trying to listen to your favorite song, but there are like 10 other songs blasting at the exact same time. It's not just annoying noise. It's a total cognitive traffic jam that messes with your ability to understand, to remember, and, yeah, to get the grades you want. Any of this ringing a bell? You read the same page 3, maybe 4 times, and nothing sticks. You feel that magnetic pull, that little itch to just check your phone for a second. And after maybe 20 minutes of trying to study, you feel completely wiped out. Listen, these are not signs you're lazy. They're classic symptoms of a distracted mind. Okay, so if we're gonna solve this problem, we have to understand where it's coming from. So let's play detective for a minute and unmask the hidden enemies that are constantly hijacking your focus. They tend to fall into a couple of main buckets. First up, we've got the culprits inside your own head. There's cognitive overload. That's when you're trying to cram way too much information in without taking a breath. Then there's just plain old low motivation. I mean, if you find a subject boring, your brain is actively going to look for an escape hatch. And the big one, anxiety. It's the ultimate focus thief, flooding your brain with worry instead of work. But it's not all in your head, not by a long shot. Your environment and your habits play a massive role. A messy desk, the constant ping of notifications, not getting enough sleep, or even just skipping a walk, all these things create the perfect storm for distraction to win and for focus to just fizzle out. Okay, now this is where it gets kind of wild. The American Psychological Association found a nearly 30% drop in our attention spans, and they linked it directly to multitasking and screen time. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. Almost a third of our ability to concentrate just gone. That is a huge measurable hit to our brains. So, okay, we lose a little bit of focus. What's the big deal, right? Well, the consequences are actually way bigger than you might think. We're not just talking about one bad grade. We're talking about a domino effect that can impact your entire academic life and, honestly, your well-being too. And this chart right here shows that domino effect perfectly. Look, it starts with academic decline. That's the biggest slice at 40%. That drop in grades then fuels a major spike in anxiety, which in turn just crushes your confidence. And all of that leads right back to procrastination, which, you guessed it, starts the whole vicious cycle all over again. Let's break that cycle down because it's so common. It starts with fear, right? The assignment just feels massive, overwhelming. So what do? You avoid it. You scroll social media, watch some videos, but then avoidance just builds up anxiety, which makes it even harder to focus when you finally do try to start. The result? You rush, the work isn't great, and it confirms that original fear that you couldn't do it well. Sound familiar? All right, enough with the problem. Let's get to the solutions. Here's the good news, and it's really good news. Focus is a skill. It is not a gift you're born with. It can be trained like a muscle. So we're about to open up your ultimate focus toolkit, and it's filled with practical strategies you can start using literally today. The very first tool is a choice: single tasking over multitasking. Here's the deal. Your brain is not designed to do 2 complicated things at once. When you try, you just end up doing both of them poorly. Committing to one task at a time leads to deeper work. You remember more, and, believe it or not, you actually feel less stressed out. So, how do you actually single task effectively? Enter the Pomodoro technique. This thing is a total game changer. It's so simple. 25 minutes of pure heads down, no interruptions focus. Then you take a 5-minute break to completely reset. This method literally trains your brain to work in these intense, manageable bursts. Think of it like a workout for your attention muscle. And of course, we got to talk about the elephant in the room: your phone. The solution is simple, but I know it's not easy. Put it out of sight, and it'll be more out of mind. You can even use technology to fight technology with apps that block those distracting websites for you. And try treating social media like an appointment you have to keep, not an all-you-can-eat buffet that's open 24/7. And please, don't forget the fundamentals. You cannot have a focused mind in a neglected body. It just doesn't work.
Sleep is when your brain literally cleans house and sorts through memories. Good food provides the fuel it needs to run, and exercise boosts blood flow right where you need it. These aren't just healthy tips, guys. For high-level concentration, they are absolutely non-negotiable.
So, as we start to wrap this up, I really want you to hold on to this one key idea. All of these strategies are about building a muscle. You wouldn't walk into a gym for the first time and expect to lift a super heavy weight, right? Well, focus works the exact same way. It takes consistent, patient training. And to help you get started, here is a super simple 7-day challenge. Each day has just one small task designed to build momentum. Don't try to do everything at once. Just start with day 1. Find one major distraction and get it out of your study space. Then, on day 2, just try one Pomodoro session. The key is small, consistent steps. So the most important takeaway is this. You are not bad at focusing. You just haven't trained that skill yet. It all starts with recognizing your distractions. That's the self-awareness part. And then it's all about putting these techniques into practice day after day. That's the consistent action. And that brings us to our final thought. Forget about next week, forget about tomorrow. Think about right now, today. Based on everything we just talked about, what is the single biggest distraction standing in your way, and what is one small thing you will do to conquer it today? Because that is where the change begins.